Have you seen these terracotta clay pots at Dollar Tree? If you have seen them, take them. I'm going to show you some really good DIYs and projects that you can do with them. And welcome to my channel DIY Home and Crafts. My name is Jazz. So I've been excited to have you here today, and if you like home decor, DIYs, projects, hacks on a budget, make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit the bell to get notified every single time that I'm going to be uploading new videos. I post videos every Thursday, so keep that in mind too. And guys, for today's video, I'm really excited because I'm going to show you some really good DIYs and hacks and ideas that you can do with these clay pots that you can get at Dollar Tree. I think it comes only in 2 different sizes. I'm not sure. I think it comes in these 2 different sizes. If you have seen another one, let me know in the comments. But I'm going to show you 7 DIYs and projects that you can do with them that are really easy to do and on a budget. So if you like this video, please give me that big thumbs up. It really helps to support this channel. And let me know in the comments which of the DIYs that I made with these clay pots is one of your favorites. Let me know that in the comments. Make sure that you follow me, guys, on all my social media pages. I'm going to leave you all of the links in the description box of this video and every single video. So yeah, I hope that you are ready. Let's DIY together with these clay pots from Dollar Tree. For this project, you can use sticks from Dollar Tree, or you can use stir sticks that you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. They cost only $1 and comes with 3 in a package. I'm going to cut 2 sticks, just the design that they have, and then I need to cut to have 3 pieces that are 7-inch. This is just what I did, but you can cut them the size that you want. It depends on how big or small you want your project to be. I'm gonna try to make a ladder, and when you stick the small pieces, just try to make sure that they have the same separation space between each one. Once I have the first part, it's like a ladder, I decide to add like a triangle on the top. It's going to look like a small house, and it's going to give it a really nice and unique touch to this project. And I cut the size at a 45-degree angles to make like the little house shape on the top of this project. And I'm going to stick everything with hot glue, but you can use wooden glue just to make this project a little bit more stronger. And I just add a Jenga block on top to make sure that these are well stick, and this is gonna work to be able to hang these on the wall. Once I have that part ready, I'm going to be painting the whole project. You can leave it like the natural wood color, add some stain, but I decide to paint this project using chalk paint in black color, and then I let it dry. You can leave your project like that if you want, but I decide to give more dimension to this project using a sanding sponge and just start to sand all of the edges of the wooden pieces. From there, I decide to use some pots, and I'm going to be using these smaller ones. They come in a set of 3. I'm going to be adding some hot glue on the top and add a piece of twine because I want to hang these on my ladder. But just to make sure that it's not gonna fall, I decide to add the hot glue. I have 3 pots, so I'm going to stick 1 pot on each of the steps of the ladder with hot glue, and to reinforce it, I'm going to be adding some popsicle sticks on the back too, with extra hot glue. Okay, once you have that part ready, you can use these outside or indoors, and you can add real plants. I'm really bad with real plants. I kill them all the time, so I decide to use some faux ones. It's going to look amazing hanging on a wall, and like I said, it's great for indoors and outdoors. I will be using this type of plastic plate. You can use anything that you have at home. This one is actually from Dollar Tree, and I will also be using beads. These are the same ones that I used in the first DIY that I put on the top of the dowels, and the same ones that I use in many other projects. And what I'm going to be doing is sticking all these beads in the plate next to each other. I get these beads from Amazon, and the package brings 300 in 2 different sizes for a very good price. So in the video description, you can find the link of where you can get these beads. Once I glue all the beads around my plate, I decide to put another plate on the other side of this one just to give the beads some support, just to make sure the beads are not going to fall down. From there, I decided to paint my tray, and the fastest way was to use my spray paint, and I used my black ultra matte, and once I done, I let it dry very well, and this is how it's going to look. I decided to place these Dollar Tree pots as the base of my tray. I'm going to leave it the same color it was already, and I'm just going to put some hot glue on it, and I'm going to glue the beads tray on the top. Finally, you just have to add a small decor pieces to your tray, and this will be the result of our second project. This tray was inspired by many photos that you can see on Pinterest or in many stores, and I just recreate these for a fraction of the price, and I really love the contrast of colors that I decided to use, and I think it turned out so cute. You will need a glass vase. This one is from Dollar Tree. Then you can use stickers or marker to write on the glass, or you can use your Cricut if you have, and I wrote the phrase "Good morning." I'm going to put a transfer paper on it, and I'm going to place my decal in the center of my vase. Then it is super easy. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this vase, and just if you want, you can add food coloring to your water. From there, I'm going to use this planter from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree have 2 sizes, I think. This one is the biggest one, and I'm going to place it on the top of this glass vase. Inside of this planter, you can place a stone, moss, soil, whatever you have at home. And finally, I'm going to put a succulent inside the planter. You can put a real planter if you prefer. And that's it. This will be the result of this project. You can write your favorite phrase in this vase. I write "Good morning," and I love this DIY because I think it has many elements to create a very positive energy. I'm going to show you how to make these pots look super old, as if they have been out for years and they are very dirty. And I'm going to use these 2 that I have at home. They were damaged because they have hot glue from previous projects, so I'm going to be reusing this one. And you are also going to need this Dollar Tree sparkling, and I'm going to be placing it all over the pots, and I'm going to try to create different layers and textures, and I'm going to be doing the same in the 2 pots that I decide to use. You can create this same look and texture in any type of pot that you have. You can use a plastic one if you want. This is what I have. This is what I'm going to be using. Once you finish, you must let this sparkling dry very well, and this can take several hours. I'm going to be drying this in like 2 minutes, and I'm going to be using my heat tool, and I'm gonna dry the sparkling that we put to the pots by sections until it is completely dry. And I'm going to be leaving you the link of this heat tool in the description box of the video, just in case you are interested. Once they're dry, I'm going to be using my Waverly Chalk Paint in truffle color and moss color. I'm going to be using both colors, and I'm going to be also using this pink sponge, and I'm going to be applying both colors to the pots, so that way they're going to look like these pots have layers of moss and soil. Finally, I'm going to be applying this reindeer moss from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to stick it with hot glue, and I'm going to put a little bit inside the pots and outside just to create more texture, and that way this DIY is going to look more realistic. Guys, this will be the result of our first project. I know that it can be a little bit messy, but it is very easy to do, and I just love creating different techniques to be able to make something look totally different but on a budget. I will be using these large clay pots that comes in a package, and it is from Dollar Tree, and I want to paint lines. So for that, I'm going to be using this blue tape, and I'm going to put it on my pots to make a straight line around the pot. Before painting, I want to put like legs on these clay pots. So for that, I will use these round dowels that these sponges bring and that we usually throw away when they are like damaged. But I think that we can reuse the wooden dowel that have. So for the first clay pot, I'm going to cut this round dowel in half with my Dremel, and then I'm going to sand it to make sure that the surface is smooth. And guys, I love this Dremel, so in the description box of this video, I'm going to be leaving you the link of this product just in case you are interested. Then I will paste 3 dowels with hot glue on the bottom of the clay pot, and then I will start to painting the entire bottom and the legs with my Waverly Chalk Paint in black or ink color. For the second pot, I will be doing the same. I'm going to place tape, creating lines, but this time I'm going to paint 2 lines. And I think this is the easiest way to paint and make sure that the lines are going to be straight and they are going to look good. And I will also put these round dowels that bring the sponges, but this time I cut them a little bit smaller, and I'm going to glue them on the bottom of the pot, and I'm going to paint all the lines and the legs in black color as well. Once it is dry, you can remove the tape to both clay pots, and then I decide that the highest pot I want to add more paint on it. So I'm going to use this toothbrush that I always use it for paint, and I'm going to apply a little bit of black paint, and I start scraping the brush so that the paint dots fall on the pot. And I really love this technique. I think it looks so cute. And once they are dry, I will place these succulents that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put stones inside to fill the empty space. And guys, this will be the result of my project. I'm so happy how they turned out. I think that these succulents give it a really nice touch, and I'm so happy that I can reuse the wooden dowels from a sponge to put it on my clay pots. For this next project, I'm going to be using these clay pots that I get from Dollar Tree. They come in 2 different sizes, and these ones are the biggest ones, and I'm going to be using 2 packages because I need 3 in total. Then I'm going to be using my Waverly chalk paint in white color, and what I'm going to be doing is super simple. I'm just going to be painting a strip in white color on the bottom of each one of the clays, and you can use tape to make sure they're going to look straight, but I did it by hand and I actually think they look so good. So once I paint that and the paint is dry, I'm going to be using these letter stickers, and you can get these from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using the letters H-E-N-Y because I'm going to form the word hey, and I'm going to be sticking each one of the stickers in the middle of the pots between the line and the terracotta color. Once I have that part ready, I'm going to fulfill the clay pots with these stones that I get from Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to add 1 succulent from Dollar Tree on each one of the clay pots. And this is how my project turned out. It is a super easy DIY, guys, that you can do that looks amazing, and I think it's just perfect now for spring. It's perfect to add to your entry table, to your kitchen, to your dining table, and you can do it too using more clay pots and forming another word if you want. For the next project, I'm going to be using these 5-gallon stir sticks that you can get from Dollar Tree, but if you don't find these, you can also use some wood rulers from Dollar Tree. That is going to work amazing too, but I think this option is a little bit cheaper. Anyways, I'm going to be using these sticks. I'm going to be cutting like the design that has on one side, and then I'm going to be cutting 3 long pieces and then a few of smaller ones and medium ones. I use my saw machine to cut all of these pieces, and once I have that, I'm going to be sticking 2 long pieces together, and to stick them, I'm going to be using smaller popsicle sticks, and I'm going to add them on the back side. But if you want this project to be outside, you can use wood glue to make sure that it's going to stick well. What I want to do is to create like a tree with some branches with these sticks, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to kind of like figure out how I want the branches to be and to look. I'm going to be adding some long sticks and smaller sticks to make sure that I got that effect. And once I figure that out, I'm going to be sticking everything with hot glue. But like I said, if you want these pieces to go outside, which is totally fine, I highly recommend you to use wooden glue to make sure that it's going to stick well. Once I have that, I'm going to be marking some dots, and then I'm going to be making some holes with my drill. This is going to be for hang some pots, and I want to put like 5 pots in this tree, so I'm going to be creating holes for all of those. Okay, once I did that, you can sand everything to make sure that you have a smooth surface, and then I decide to paint these with some black paint using my chalk paint from Waverly. You maybe can use stain. I think that color can look amazing outside, but I want these to really pop out on my wall, so I decide to use black paint. Then these are the pots that I'm going to be using. They are from Dollar Tree and they come in a set of 3. I'm going to be using 5 of these, and also I'm going to be using these nylon cable ties, and these are going to work perfect to attach the pots on the wood, on the sticks. So that's why I made 2 holes on each of the branches where I'm going to be putting my pots. You also can use some wire, but using these nylon cable ties is super easy. I use the black ones because I think it's going to match so good, but they come in different colors too. Once I put all of my pots, it's time to add the greenery. And like I always said, I'm really bad having real plants and real flowers, so I decided to go with some faux ones, and I'm going to be adding some different ones, but I think this is just so perfect to put on your porch or on your patio and add some real plants. I think it's so cool to maybe have some cilantros and things like that. I don't know, I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna try to add some real plants, but I'm not sure yet. I'm really bad taking care of real plants and flowers, but anyway, I'm gonna try that. My loves, I really hope that you liked today's video, that you can get some ideas on things that you can do with these really cute pots that you can get at Dollar Tree, and also you can comment which of these projects was your favorite. Let me know that. I'm going to be reading all of your comments, guys. And if you like this video, please give me that big thumbs up. It really helps to support this channel. Make sure that you are subscribed, and remember to follow me on all my social media pages. I'm going to leave you the links in the description box of this video and every single video. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and see you in the next one. Bye.